There we go. Hello everyone and welcome to the Oceania Esports League of Legends 1v1 tournament. I am your host Jigsaw Jester and I hope everyone is ready for a great night tonight. We're looking at the semi-finals and the finals, and in our first match tonight we have up Malachi versus Adskills. And you'll see that both of them are gold ranked at the moment within the solo and duo. And they're just currently picking their champions as we speak, and we'll be going to their live game very shortly. Now, the rules for the 1v1 tournament are as follows. It is either the first to 1 kill, the first to 100 creep kills, or the first to 1 tower kill. And whoever gets that will win the first match, and it is best out of 3. So we're currently waiting now for the countdown to start the match, and when that's ready we'll move over to it. But in the meantime, we would like to share some exciting news with you. Currently, Oceania Esports is now starting to team up, and we're looking for new people to partner with, and we are now proud members of the New Zealand Esports Federation. So from this point forward, you should see much larger, much better tournaments, and we will have some great things coming up in the future. We will be trying to host in the future, maybe next year, at least 2 large tournaments for the year, and we'll be using all of our smaller tournaments as qualifiers for teams to register and go towards those larger tournaments. Now, up in our second match today, which I'll recap later on, we will be looking at Final Hour versus Life in the 1v1. And as you can see, they are currently Platinum and Diamond ranked players, so that should be extremely, extremely exciting for the both of us. So, for now, what we're going to do is we're going to take a short break, and we'll come back when the game has started, but just hold there. This will take less than a minute, and we'll be right back. delay everyone. We're just having some technical issues at the moment and we'll have to restart the tournament. It should be up in roughly 2 minutes. Alrighty, we are now up and going. As you can see in our tournament today, we have Malachi playing Rengar, and we have Abskills playing Olaf. This is going to be an interesting matchup, considering that Rengar is at a huge advantage in this map with the close quarters of the bushes as well. Now what we're looking for is, as I mentioned before, the first to 1 kill, the first to 100 creep kills, or the first to a tower kill. When it comes to this map, I would expect that Rengar would have the upper hand, perhaps going for the first kill. It really depends on how defensively Olaf plays. As you can tell right now, Olaf has currently got the Rengar currently has the upper hand. Malachi is just absolutely pushing him back into his tower right now, but Olaf has great regeneration skills and great sustain in lane. Unfortunately, Rengar has an equal amount of sustain, and these should just be able to keep healing over time while they play. There you go, Freddie. For the person that requested it, final hour, you can see the items going on there. Now, the difficult part about doing a 1v1 in this is that you cannot go back to buy items. So whatever items they buy at the start of the game, it looks like they're going in for a team fight. Malachi going in for the kill. It looks like they hit each other quite a bit and get each other down to quite low. But they're running back. They're probably going to go back into the lane and sustain themselves, get their life back up. Olaf having the upper hand now, being able to poke with his Q, throwing the axe over and over. He's going to have to try and aim it into the bush at some point to try and hit Rengar. Luckily, in the 1v1 maps, you will have the ability to have the ward come up the mid, and you will be able to see people hiding in the bush or going invisible. But they are both currently now using their sustain to great efficiency, getting their life back. These are two very talented players. Olaf currently working very hard to make sure that he is keeping Rengar down. Malachi just staying back in the bush, possibly going back for the rune, but yes, he's going to go back and pick up the health rune. Poke him down a little bit. I think what's going to happen now is Olaf is currently looking to get his 100 kills. Going back to pick up the health is quite the disadvantage for Malachi. That's definitely costs him a lot of time and a lot of creep kills. So it is going to be hard for him to catch up in regards to creep kills. Olaf now looking to push the tower and do as much damage as he can. Just remember, if he manages to take down that tower, he does win the first out of the best of 3. Rengar trying to poke him down, but not quite. The great advantage on the 1v1 map for Malachi is the position of those bushes. It makes it very easy for him to defend the tower, and it also makes it easy for him to poke when he is in lane. The problem he has is getting into close quarters with Abskills. Abskills will have the advantage if they go toe-to-toe at the beginning. Oh, here he goes. Abskill goes in. Manages to hit him with the W. Doesn't quite work though. Gets him down to half health. Going in again. They're going to see who can kill each other first. Down goes the exhaust. And Olaf wins. Abskill wins the first of the best of 3 with his first blood. And that is it for the first round. Congratulations to Abskills on the first match. We will be looking to set up the next match as we speak, and we'll get the players ready for the second out of the best of 3. They do not have to stick to the same heroes they picked the first time round, and they can pick new heroes if they think that is going to be beneficial to them. So we'll take a short break, and we'll come back for the next match and see if it's going to go to 2 out of 3 or if it's going to go to all 3 matches. Just hang tight. Skills, they will go on to the final. And if it happens to be Malachi, then we will be going to our third match to see who goes on to the finals. Alrighty, here we go with the next match. So in the first match we had Ab Skills with the first kill, playing as Olaf. They've decided to pick the same again. Let me just open up the scoreboard here so you can see which items they're picking. Instead of going for a long sword this time, it looks as though Ab Skills has gone for the... Oh no, sorry, not Ab Skills. It looks like Malachi has gone for the dagger. So hopefully increasing that attack speed, getting up his stacks a little bit quicker on Olaf. Olaf has gone for the same items as before. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Once those creeps get into lane, hopefully we're going to see a lot of action. This match will determine whether we go on to a third match to see who proceeds on to the finals. Otherwise, if Ab Skills happens to win this, then Ab Skills will move on to the finals. Starting off with his Q, trying to poke down Rengar early. Very, very dangerous to try and engage a Rengar early game. but manages to do it anyway. Ringa going back to the bush. Malachi just constantly jumping out, trying to get those attacks down, keeping Abskills away from the creatures, because if Abskills manages to get into the creatures, he will just regain all of that life all over again. Perhaps hiding in the bush may not be the best decision during these games, because it does give Abskills the best opportunity to get that sustain up. And on top of that as well, it also gives Abskills the time to get those last hits on those creeps, slowly grinding his way towards getting the 100 creep kills. They're going in for a little bit of a fight, but it's not going to go too far. Abskills knows he shouldn't go too far past his own creeps, especially when Malachi is so close to the bush. Misses with the Q. Once it gets to level 6, well, things will go. Oh, no. They're having little tussles every now and then, just getting a few bars of health down, but it doesn't look like they're really going for a full-on fight just right now. They're both most likely waiting for their level 6, and once their level 6 has happened, Rengar will most likely initiate with his ultimate. In goes the attack. He manages to stun him in place, but he does damage back. Abskills just trading half-life for half-life. Right now, this is a very evenly matched game. Malachi now hit his level 6. Abskills most likely not that far behind. He may have to dip backwards very shortly to pick up that life rune. Slowly working on getting his last hits. Although they are equal for creep kills right now. Olaf going back, picking up some health. This gives Malachi time to get more creep kills to stack on top of that. Considering the champions they're both playing, it is highly unlikely that they will be reaching the 100 creep kill score. My prediction is this will result in another 1v1 ending in a kill. Goes in, takes the health, just to make sure Malachi can't get it himself. And they're going for another fight. Nope, they trade a few hits and nothing really moves. The creeps still staying in one place right now, not moving any further back towards Malachi's tower and not any further towards Abskill's tower. Malachi just abusing that bush right now to get those last creep kills. Praying that he can avoid Olaf until the end of the game. If he can keep this up, then it may be that he actually goes for it. They're going for another tussle. Olaf gets rooted and decides to back off. I think Malachi is going to be avoiding Olaf on a 1v1 in all ways he can possibly avoid him. He will try to get the occasional hits off, but as soon as Malachi starts taking too much damage from Abskills, he will back off. He is the squishier out of the two, particularly as this game goes on as well. Currently 37 creep kills, Olaf's 24. Oh, in goes the attack. Malachi backs back off again into the bush, trying to keep away from Abskills. Abskills just focusing right now on poking him down. And they go for another attack. Olaf chases him down, but doesn't quite get it. He's at half health. He needs to get that sustain back up. It looks like Malachi is successfully poking Abskills down and may just go in for the kill any minute now. Constantly putting that pressure on. Abskills will go for the health. Try to keep it away from Malachi. Malachi nearly at the halfway point for his creep kills. This is giving Abskills good opportunity to farm underneath the tower. Malachi waiting for his opportunity, goes in for the fight. Olaf hits him. He manages to do a significant amount of damage to Abskills and backs off again, keeping him behind his own creep line and pushing up to that tower. This is definitely a change from what we saw from the last match. Malachi seems to be controlling this match much more successfully than he was before. Knowing now Olaf is a much more dangerous person to go in on in a 1v1, but they're going for it. He drops the exhaust. He's going to try and take him out. He hits him with the Q and he takes him down. And it goes to Ringa. Malachi manages to pick up the second match, and it looks like we are going to our third match. Absolutely fantastic. What a great little 1v1 scuffle we had at the end of the map there. What we will do now is we will start getting ready to set up these players for the next match, third and final, and whoever wins that will go on to the final match. For now, what we're going to do is we will take another short break. We'll be back shortly with the players all set up and ready to go, and let's see who's going to move on to the finals. So just hang fire, and we'll be back very shortly. Alrighty, here we are for the third game out of the 2 out of 3. Now it looks as though the ab skills has changed from Olaf to Darius, so we will see how this manages to play out for him when it comes to taking on Rengar. Now Darius does start off a little bit squishier than Olaf does, and he doesn't have nearly as much sustain in a 1v1. So Rengar may be at the advantage here, but he needs to stay away from those bushes. Rengar has gone back to using his long sword. Considering that the dagger got him the win last time, it's curious to see him change back again. Most likely because he is up against Darius, and Darius will take a lot more damage. Both just taunting a little bit. He's exposed himself from the bush already. Although Abskills already knew that he was going to be in that bush to begin with. Now he needs to try to avoid him as best as possible and get those stacks of bleed up on him. Nice couple of hits, but he took way more damage than he should have. They're trying to tussle it out 1v1. Malachi feeling confident that he will be able to take Abskills out early on in the game. Abskills playing a very dangerous game here, but using those pots very effectively to get his life back up. Malachi playing it safe until he can get some more sustain. If he tries to engage again now, Abskills will just go all in on him. Abskills picking up the next level. Both at level 5 now. Malachi just playing it safe, taking his time, being very patient. Misses the creep kill. It's very interesting that these guys are avoiding each other so early on in the game. It seemed like there would be a lot more of a 1v1. Ooh, going in, he's sitting in the bush. It looks like Malachi is getting ready to jump in on Darius when he sees the opening. He goes for the pull. Darius goes in. Is he going to spin? Misses the spin. Both players right now playing very cautiously. He's decided to chase him down in the bush. What a dangerous play for Abskills right now. In the bush is the last place you want to be fighting. The Rengar decides to try and get a few stacks up. Exhaust goes down on him. Malachi gets him down to half health. They're going in for the fight. Is it going to go down? Puts the Ignite down on Malachi. Hits him with the bleed stacks. And it looks like it's not going to work. The Ignite doesn't quite work. And he gets him with the level 6 ultimate and decapitates Rengar's head off. It looks like Abskills will be going on to the finals. Congratulations. That was a fantastic match, and it was best of 3, and we got to see all 3 matches. In the end, it was Abskills that picked up the win. He will be moving on to the final, and up next, we will be seeing who our semi-finalists are for the next match, and we will start looking at who will be moving on to the finals out of those 2. For now, we will get our next set of players ready to go, and we'll be back in a moment with a brand new, fresh game with a brand new set of characters. So just hang tight, and we'll be back very shortly. All right, here we are with the first game of our second round of the semi-finals. It is Conceit versus Final Hour. Conceit is also known as Life. And at Final Hour has been one of our previous winners of one of our previous League of Legends tournaments. So it'll be very, very interesting to see how this game goes. As you can see, Conceit has picked Rengar, so we will be seeing another Rengar. And interestingly enough, Final Hour has picked LeBlanc. So I'm very curious to see how this is going. It's awesome to see them talking in the chat there and just being nice to one another, because as everyone knows, League is a super toxic game. It can make it fun, but it can also make it horrible. That is the love-hate relationship with League of Legends. Now Conceit's sitting in there waiting to go for the kill, but obviously LeBlanc, knowing how this works, is just going to stay back. There we go, goes in, manages to dodge out of it. Gets the stun off. This isn't going to be looking too good for Final Hour, and they may pick up a different champion on the next game if this doesn't go the way they expect. But Final Hour is a diamond player, so their adaptability when it comes to these sorts of matches is very high, and they should be able to play off the cuff and adapt to whatever Rengar's going to throw at them. I'm sure this is not the first time that Final Hour has been in a Rengar LeBlanc tie-up. Manages to get the root off on Rengar. No. Conceit still going for the creep scores though, going in to get the healing. That will heal both of them to begin with. Only a little bit for LeBlanc. Trying to poke down Rengar as best as possible. Rengar not having taken any magic resist off at the start of the game. This will prove whether or not that is going to be detrimental to Rengar's win in the end. At the moment, Conceit well ahead in the creep score. If LeBlanc cannot get that burst potential off, then it will look like that Conceit will take this game out. My apologies, I'm being corrected here. Rengar is the diamond player. Thank you for everyone giving me kind words in the chat. I appreciate it. The game's starting off relatively slowly to begin with. Conceit taking his time, getting those creep kills, knowing that he is far ahead. If need be, Conceit can just farm the creeps, try to get that 100 and win the game that way. But I think he's well aware that people want to see some action and goes in for it. Manages to get rooted. LeBlanc goes in, gets the damage off, gets him down to half health and sets off the Ignite. But the Ignite may have been a waste. Conceit now going to go back, probably pick up some of the health runes. No, goes in for the attack again. Hits Final Hour, gets Final Hour down to halfway. In goes another rune for Final Hour. Hits him again. Is he going to be able to get the final attack off? Rengar goes in and they fight and they have a... And there it goes. Conceit gets the first kill of the match. And that is showing just how strong Rengar can be. Absolutely fantastic. So now we will be moving on to the second match. We will see if Final Hour is going to change their champion selection from LeBlanc, or if that Conceit is going to stay with Rengar for the time being. But we will get the players set up for the next match. We will be back in roughly 5 minutes, and we'll see if we're going to have a second match or a third match. So just hang fire, and we'll be back shortly. Here we go with match 2 out of the 3 matches for the 1v1 tournament to see who moves on to the finals. Now it looks like they have changed up their champions. Life has gone with Caitlyn and Final Hour has gone with Renekton. Now these are both interesting picks. Caitlyn with great disengage potential, but Renekton with great engage potential. It looks like Renekton has not gone with the snowball, which would have really helped him in this match, close that gap between him and Caitlyn. So Final Hour just waiting back, obviously not having to worry about a Renekton in the bushes this time around, but Caitlyn can begin to poke him from the bushes whenever she sees. This will be a very interesting match to see whether or not Final Hour can close that gap on life. The hard part for Conceit is going to be able to get that damage off on Renekton the later the game goes on. Without the ability to go back and buy, goes into the engage straight away, gets a stun off, manages to lay down a lot of damage, but takes an equal amount of damage trying to disengage from the fight. Final Hour avoiding the poke. That will be his downfall if he does not watch what he is doing. Goes into the engage again, gets hit by the tower. That is a large amount of unnecessary damage. Takes 2 shots, in goes the engage. Caitlyn goes in. Exhaust goes down on Caitlyn and the ignite. Doesn't quite get enough damage off. Now Conceit can start pushing up on the Rengar when he is on such low life. He will need to fall back and pick up some of the health. Conceit managing to get in between Final Hour and the creeps, making sure he cannot come back in. Throws a trap down in the bush. Great strategy to keep Final Hour out of those bushes, but it looks like Final Hour is ready to go in for another engage. Conceit holding on to the life for him behind him just to make sure he's got something to fall back on in case Final Hour engages. Misses with the poke. Manages to pick up the cannon kill. In goes the engage. Final Hour goes in, manages to get the stun under the tower again and takes too many hits. Caitlyn gets the Q off and chases him down. Does not decide to go for a hard engage for the time being, most likely waiting for her summoners to come back up before she goes for a big engage again. Best option right now, keep Final Hour back with those Qs. Farm out as best as possible. It looks like Conceit is not looking to push the lane right now and push up to the tower, but instead just slowly chipping away at Final Hour's life, waiting for that moment to get the ulti off. There are no teammates in the 1v1 to stop her ultimate from hitting Final Hour, so he will have to be very, very careful. Conceit's passive putting in a lot of work right now. Creep score very, very far apart right now with Final Hour being on the back foot. If Conceit manages to take away this game, it will put Conceit into the final. Manages to do a very, very nice dodge, heading over and picking up that life rune. That was a great feint. Slowly using that sustain to get a bit more life back. Building up bridge, going in for the fight, manages to miss. Misses the ulti as well, throws down the exhaust. Exhaust goes on Final Hour, cannot quite chase it, and the summoners have gone down. It looks like Conceit still has the flash up and Renekton has the ignite, so there will be another engage at some point. But when Final Hour goes into the engage, gets the stun off on Conceit. Conceit gets the ignite put down, she flashes away and manages to keep her distance. Tries to go for the Q, just hits Final Hour with the very end of that Q as well. This is a very, very interesting match so far. Both playing this very well. Managing their sustain and their distance. Fires off the ulti just to get that little bit of damage, hopefully, but so that Final Hour will not engage again. Clearing that wave out, trying to push it back to the tower. Final Hour may having to change up his tactics a bit here. Conceit playing with his disengage and his traps very well. Every time Final Hour has gone to engage, Conceit has managed to back away relatively successfully under the tower. Final Hour has been going a little bit too far under the tower to begin with, and that may cost him if he does not watch that in the future. Looks like lane is resetting. Conceit chipping away very slowly, taking their time. And then they just hit final hour with the Q. Not much of an engage just yet. Conceit picking up the health rune, getting a little bit of health and mana back. There will be an engage coming very shortly. Hits the Q. Will Renekton go in? All summoners are down at the moment. They will probably wait until the summoners come back up. He's going in. Manages to not quite get there in the end. It doesn't catch. And Conceit with the stun. Picking up the life rune. Both of them will gain life. Then goes the ulti again just to chip down Renekton. It is getting to the point now where final hour is becoming quite tanky. And it will become harder and harder for Conceit to manage to get that kill. He misses with the Q. Desperately needed at this point. And goes, nope, decides to back out at the last second. Just trying to pick up those creep kills to make sure Caitlyn doesn't get too far ahead. It looks like Caitlyn will have the potential of winning through creep score. And final hour does not do anything about this soon. Both almost at level 11. Conceit just hitting level 11. Goes in for the engage. Misses the stun. Puts the ulti down. Both exhausts go down. Renekton still has the ignite. Gets the stun off on Caitlyn. Throws down the ignite. Hits all of his abilities. But it is not quite enough damage. But it has put Conceit at low enough life to send her back for a long time. She will need to work on. It's not quite getting. He's decided to go into the tower. This could prove fatal for final hour. Misses the Q. But also manages to take that second tower shot. Ultimate for Conceit not up quite yet. That would have been the final blow if she had managed to hit with that. Getting the life rune. This has put Conceit at a huge advantage right now. Final hour trying to use sustain to get back into lane again. It looks like the tables have turned. Conceit getting that life back, pushing final hour back after being pushed back themselves. Now Conceit going for the hard lane push, trying to get them out of there, stopping final hour from getting enough life, but wasn't quite able to get through in time. Very great skill management from both players right now. It looks like Conceit's about to go for the final tower. Final hour's going to have to be able to stop Conceit before that tower goes down, because once that tower is down, Conceit will win the match. And the second match goes to Conceit, and it looks like Conceit is the winner of our semi-final. And we'll move on to the final to take on Abskills. That was a very long and drawn out match, but it did show the skills of both players there. They managed to fight back and forth very efficiently, both starting from full life, getting the other down to low and vice versa. But in the end, it did go down to a tower kill for Life, and Life will be moving on to the next round. We will get our players ready for the finals, and we will see who will win between Abskills and Life. Everyone hang around. We will update our bracket and we'll put it up on the screen, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes, so just wait there. Alrighty folks, here we are with the first match of the final rounds. It is best of 3. As you can see, Life, otherwise known as Conceit, is playing Rengar, and it is Abskills playing Olaf. This is what we saw in the first match, and Abskills did manage to come through in the end with their play. They know exactly what they're doing against a Rengar. So it'll be interesting to see if Conceit can bring the heat. Now, be aware that this is Abskills, who is a gold player, going up against a diamond player. So there is a little bit of a difference, but we all know how hard it is to climb when it comes to League Ranked. So who knows, it could be anyone's game. There is a large difference between the 1v1 and the 5v5. Abskills knowing exactly what's going on right now, knowing Rengar is hiding in that bush waiting for him. Rengar sitting there thinking, I'm going to kick you right in the couch cushion. They're going for the 1v1. Abskills gets a lot of life taken off. Conceit taking no damage whatsoever. Conceit is going to be a very, very dangerous person playing this Rengar. Misses with the Q into the bush at the exact same time. Conceit decides to jump out of it. Getting those creep kills. Goes in for another one. Abskills hits him with the W, but doesn't quite do enough damage again. Conceit slowly getting that experience, trying to get to level 6. It is 2-10 right now in terms of creep score. Abskills will have to work on getting that creep score up. Slow start to the game to begin with, but we will be seeing a pretty heated one-on-one when it comes to them scrapping it out. Here we go again. Manages to get this. Doesn't get any damage off on him whatsoever. Rengar just seems unkillable at this point with his sustain. In goes for the fight. He's going in. See if he can get the hit down. He does have both of his summoners still up, the Ignite and the Exhaust. If he can get in on him, he will kill him, but I think Conceit is waiting for level 6 right now. He is playing it very safe, deciding not to take any unnecessary risks in our final. Manages to hit him in the bush with the Q, even after he jumps out of it and goes back in again. Here goes the scrap, deciding not to follow it up. Conceit playing very carefully still, avoiding any one-on-one that he can. Misses with the slow. He'll probably have to fall back onto the life rune at some point. Slowly chipping Olaf down, but Abskills has played Olaf before and managed to win, so it'll be interesting to see if he can carry it on. They're going for the fight. Abskills drops the Exhaust. Doesn't quite get it. He uses speed to get away. He goes in for the fight again, drops down the Exhaust, and the Ignite jumps in on him from the bush, and it looks like that this first fight is going to go to Conceit, and he gets the kill and cleans up for the first round of our best of 3.
A summoner has disconnected.
What an absolutely fantastic first match from the two. Conceit decided to play it very carefully to begin with, sitting in that bush, slowly working up to level 6 to the point where he could just absolutely jump on Abskills and tear him to pieces. We will set the players up for the next match of the best of 3. This can go to Conceit if he wins the next match, otherwise it will go to the third match and that will determine our winner. So we will be back in 5 minutes, everyone hang tight and let's see where this goes. Okay, everyone, I have an announcement to make. It seems like there was some technical difficulties when it came to the next match, and the match ended far before we even got into the spectate mode for it. So, I would like to officially announce that Life, or Conceit as you were watching before, managed to win the second round of our final and take it out. So congratulations to Life, he is our final winner. And he will be posted on all of our social media, so make sure to check out our Facebook and our Twitch and also our Twitter as well, and we'll be putting up all the information there. As for the third round match between Malachi and I can't remember who the other player was at this time there.
Final hour.
And final hour, Malachi has taken away the third match 2-0, so congratulations for Malachi for picking up that third slot. Oh no. But anyway, guys.
Wait. They're asking for best.
We will change it just so there is a few more matches here. We are going to do a best of 5 match just so we get those little bit more in. Both players have agreed to it. This is a last minute decision agreed to by both players so it can be spectated. So right now it is currently 2 to Life and 0 to Abskill. So we will be back in just a minute while we get the next game set up and we'll see who will win this best of 5. Just jumping in here to say thank you very, very much to Floozy, who has gifted 5 subs to our watchers right now. I would like everyone to show some love for Floozy in the chat right now if they can. Thank you so, so much. Alrighty, thanks to the cooperation of both players, we are now doing a best of 5. So, I would like everyone to pay very close attention to this. Abskills has decided to go with Darius against Conceit, who has gone with Rengar again. Rengar has proved to go very well for Conceit in these past 2 matches, but we did see Abskills win his first semi-final by using Darius against Rengar, so that may change the dynamic of this whole entire match. All that needs to happen now is Conceit needs to win this to win 3 out of 5 matches, and Darius or Abskills will need to win 3 more matches to take the final. This either could be a very long night or it could end up being a very, very short one. It looks like Conceit is waiting for that first jump, feeling awfully confident. There they go, Darius trying to stack up the bleed. Manages to get both equal damage off one another right now. Conceit is just slowly playing the long game like he has before, waiting for that level 6, in which he will probably then go all in on Darius. Now, the one danger about going in on a one-on-one on Abskills is Darius' ultimate. For those that have played, they know that Darius just has one of the most annoying ultimates in the game. If you are on low health, he will come in and just chop you to pieces. Conceit getting those kills, trying to avoid the tower. Health runes down. Abskills will go to pick that up. Conceit getting a little bit more damage off to negate the effect of that heal. Going back to get his own health, leaving Darius in lane to farm. They're now currently at the exact same creep score. Judging by the 2 champions that these players have picked, this will not go into a final. Manages to get the pull off on Rengar. Gets a few stacks of bleed on him and then backs off again, waiting for the bleed to run out. Then will go for the engage again. Gets the cannon minion. Misses his Q. In goes Conceit, gets stuck under the tower, takes a few tower hits, Ignite goes down, and the exhaust wastes both summoners, while Conceit has not used any summoners at all. This is a very dangerous place for Abskills to be in. He needs to time his ultimate perfectly now that he is level 6, but Rengar is also level 6. Rengar gets hit, goes in on them, they go for the fight. Abskills puts down, hits him with the Q, goes for the ultimate, misses the ultimate, the bleed goes down, and Conceit takes away the 3rd match, and Conceit dies in the end, but it does not matter. Conceit or life takes the final match, and that is it for the best of 5. Congratulations, Conceit, on winning the final tournament. That was an absolute action-packed last match. Thank you to both players for agreeing to a best of 5 so our audience can get the best experience necessary when it comes to watching our tournaments. I hope you all enjoyed, and make sure to go to all of our socials to find out when our next tournaments are happening. For those that don't know, next weekend we are hosting an Apex tournament, which should prove just as exciting as this one today. Now, for those that don't know, I mentioned at the start of the stream that Oceania Esports are now proud members of the New Zealand Esports Federation. Watch this space because we're going to be going for great things in the future, and we would love for everyone to be a part of it. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and also send a like, and also follow us on Twitch as well for future tournaments. My name is Jigsaw Jester. It has been an absolute pleasure being your host for tonight, and just remember guys, if I don't see you through the week, I'll see you through the window. Thank you all so much for turning up today, and we'll see you next weekend.